It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another one. We're back to talk about Season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead and also the Walking Dead movies, which are in the works or they're planned. In this video, we're going to be looking at a clue or an Easter egg that's in Season 6 of Fear that does hint at the possibility that Morgan and Rick will actually reunite and they will meet at some point in the future, most likely in the Walking Dead movies. Before I even dive deep into this conversation, I do want to mention something here quick. Even though I have a red arrow pointed at Morgan's orange backpack, that's actually not the famous orange backpack from the Walking Dead TV show, even though I originally thought it was. But that doesn't mean that this theory that I'm gonna go through is any less likely. So with that said, let's dive right into it. If we take a look at certain shots from the trailers and teasers and pictures that were released from Morgan, we actually see him carrying this orange backpack. Like I said, I originally thought that this was the exact same orange backpack that we saw on The Walking Dead's original show. The same backpack that Michonne was carrying last time. And she gave it to Virgil, who we actually saw in Season 10, Episode 16, with the same orange backpack. But looking into it more, I did realize that it's a different type of bag. It's not the same exact bag. But with that said, I think that there is still a possibility that this could be an Easter egg. Why would they choose to have Morgan carrying a bag like this that's very reminiscent of the orange backpack that we saw in The Walking Dead's original show? Unless this is supposed to be some sort of an Easter egg or some sort of a subtle hint about a possible connection back to The Walking Dead's original. Now, the only reason I'm connecting this back to Rick is because of how everything came together. Think about where the orange backpack came from. Of course, it was a hitchhiker who had the orange backpack. He was on the road and a car drove past them. Inside the car were Carl, Michonne, and Rick. Now, what's interesting is that episode was actually the episode which was called Clear, a Morgan-centric episode. In fact, Rick, Michonne, and Carl actually ended up in the building that Morgan was staying at. If you remember, he had set up all of these booby traps and everything, and he was killing everyone and everything in sight. On their way back, they did find the hitchhiker dead, and they grabbed the orange backpack. And the orange backpack has been basically circulating between different people throughout the years. Like I said, at this point, it's Virgil who has the orange backpack. Now, I'm gonna repeat what I said. Why would they have Morgan carrying such an iconic, you could say, prop from The Walking Dead's original show? The other thing we do need to keep in mind is what the orange backpack represents, what it symbolizes. The orange backpack actually represents or symbolizes someone who is trying to hold on, someone who's just trying to survive. Every person who has had the orange backpack has been going through some stuff. And they've actually had to work very hard to keep going, survive just another day. Every single time the orange backpack is passed on to someone new. It's not like it has one person who's always carrying it. That it's always passed to someone new. The fact that Morgan is holding this new orange backpack, I think represents him trying to survive again. And it's very reminiscent, like I said, of the original orange backpack. Where Morgan is in the story right now on Fear reflects back to where the story of many people who have had the orange backpack was at. Going back to how this connects to Rick, it was Michonne and Rick who had the backpack, of course, after the hitchhiker had it. So if that's in fact what they're doing with this new orange backpack, then what they could end up doing is have Morgan pass it on and on and on. And for the orange backpack, the new one, to at some point reach Michonne. And obviously Michonne is gonna be reuniting with Rick at some point. So the orange backpack, it's gonna make its way to Rick. Like I said, I know it's not the same orange backpack, but it's not about the bag itself. It's about what an orange backpack in the universe represents. And if that in fact happens, then I think it will be just a matter of time before Morgan also reunites with Rick to make everything go full circle. It's one of three things. I'm just thinking way too much into this and there's nothing to it, which is a possibility. I do tend to think too much into small stuff, so this could be one of those cases. The second possibility is that this was just simply an Easter egg. And it doesn't mean that there's going to be any sort of reunion or meetup between Rick and Morgan. And this was just a case of them trying to put a prop, an iconic prop from The Walking Dead in season 6 of Fear. Now, this is not the only time that I've seen this in season 6 even. Because if we go back to the trailers and teasers and pictures, the bounty hunter in Fear is going to be carrying around a Lucille replica or some sort of a weapon that looks a lot like Lucille. So we do note that Fear the Walking Dead tends to do that. Even before season 6, we've seen some instances of that. Maybe not as clear and in your face as these ones, but they have done that before. Now, the third possibility is that this was completely a coincidence and there's nothing to it. That would be the least interesting outcome, so I hope that that doesn't happen. But very interested to know everyone's thoughts and opinions. First, let me know, do you think that Morgan carrying an orange backpack is an Easter egg of the iconic orange backpack, or do you think that there is nothing to it? And also, if you think that this was in fact a callback to the original orange backpack, do you think that it's a hint that Morgan could connect back to The Walking Dead's original show in some way, shape, or form, or even show up in the movies? So let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.